Welcome back, everybody, to the Nerdcore Podcast. The podcast reviews the movies and talks that nerd shit. This is episode 614, and it is your review of Val. As always, is the nerd you gonna hear to host the show, launched by wonderful co-host Brad Young Yoda.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to a wonderful. What's today? Thursday. Thursday. It's Thursday.
Wonderful Thursday night, live and early for our patrons over at patreon.com/thenerdcore. At the $1 tier, you can get this episode live and early, along with our Monday episodes as well. They're available to patrons for a couple of days early when they release on Saturday for the public. So go ahead and check that out over on patreon.com/thenerdcore. At $1, you can get all those wonderful goodies. Brad, how are you doing today?
Doing all right.
Yeah.
Whew,
How was your Friday?
Man, I gotta go to work tomorrow, so it doesn't matter.
Oh my god. Damn. You gotta work tomorrow, huh?
I gotta work tomorrow.
Damn. This is supposed to be your Friday though.
Yeah, whatever.
That's why I'm kind of pissed off right now, man. I don't want to go to work.
Yeah, it's whatever.
Yeah. I mean, it happens, man. I mean, you know. You can't have it all, right?
Nope, certainly cannot.
Yeah. But other than that, what you been up to today? Just work?
Yeah, just work. Haven't really done anything freaking else.
No.
Nothing
No.
nothing really to talk about.
Damn, bro, you make it hard to fill in 5 minutes.
I
Man.
mean, I don't know what to tell you. I literally watched this movie yesterday.
Okay.
Oh, I did watch Ahsoka.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I need to watch Ahsoka. I saw that somebody we've been waiting for finally showed up. So, I need to watch. I need to watch. The internet is ruthless with spoilers.
Oh,
They
yeah.
don't
If
care.
you don't watch it within the first 10 minutes, might as well stay off Twitter or X or whatever
Like
you want to call it.
if you have to go to sleep so that way you can wake up the next day to go to work, who cares, right? Fuck you. And, you're going to have to fucking deal with the fact that if you open Twitter, you're going to see a spoiler.
I got lucky because I watched this movie and it was like 8:30, and I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna watch Ahsoka.
Okay. Yeah. Next week we're doing our Patreon movie commentary, y'all. We didn't do it this week. We were planning to, but Brad had to watch Val yesterday, so we were like, okay, let's just move it to next Wednesday. So we all should be good. Should be good. I edited the in-person episode I did for Cinema Condition, and yeah, holy shit, it's a lot of work. Cutting two
Editing.
different camera angles, Brad.
Whew, editing.
Yep. But I got an hour and 25-minute episode out of it.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah. But it's so much work, Brad.
That's why we don't edit.
Yeah. So I finally finished it. I'm going to do one last watch through it to see if I missed anything. And then I'm just going to go ahead and upload it so it can go up in November. Yeah. But I have another Cinema Condition to record on Tuesday, so that's going to be fun too. I need to rewatch West Side Story, so you need to watch that.
I don't think I've ever watched that.
You never watched that?
I don't think so.
Oh, damn, Brad, we gotta change that.
Too much singing.
On Hispanic Heritage Month, Brad? Come on.
I don't do singing.
Latino Heritage Month?
I'm gonna try to stay away from singing.
Damn.
Singing and switchblades.
What a dangerous combination those two are, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I'd be terrified if somebody started like throwing around a switchblade and singing. I'd be like, well, this dude is doubly crazy.
I hope you never meet Jay White, and I hope he doesn't want to go sing in front of you. Switchblade. Yeah. But yeah, man, that's all I did today. I went to work as well. Got here a little bit late, y'all, so we're doing this a little bit late, but it's okay. The good thing is that we're here. We're doing it for y'all, so that's all that really matters. Y'all are getting your money's worth by being early. So I guess we'll just have to get this going, right, Brad? Because we got nothing else to fill in this time.
No.
All right. So without further ado, if you've never seen this movie, I feel like we should make a rule, Brad. If it's a documentary, we shouldn't have to put a spoiler warning. Cause like,
yeah, how are you supposed to spoil someone's
life?
entire being and life. And I don't know. I don't. There are some documentaries where you may not want to spoil it. I don't know.
I don't know, Brad. I think I think that's not a bad rule to have here.
I don't. Nah, I
But
can see,
like,
I can see your point because
yeah,
like yeah, it should be history. But there was a lot of shit I didn't know about Val Kilmer. That's for sure.
yeah. I just feel like when it comes to documentaries and they're like about people's lives, like what do I have to spoil, y'all? Like this is just someone's life. Their life shouldn't be a spoiler. Like this is something you should be wanting to learn about them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, either way, if you haven't seen Val and you care about any sort of like spoiler or not knowing anything about this movie, then you should get out of here. But if you don't care about all that, and you want to listen to us talk about this, or you already seen the film, go ahead and stay. This is your one and only spoiler warning, and it is in effect in a five, four, three, two, one. All right, Brad, treat us to this wonderful introduction about Val.
All three sentences. Coming from our one and only source, Wikipedia, Val is a 2021 American documentary film directed and produced by Leo Scott and Ting Pu. It follows the life and career of actor Val Kilmer. The film had its world premiere at the Cannes Film Festival on July 7th, 2021, and was released in a limited release on July 23rd, 2021, prior to digital streaming on Prime Video on August 6th by Amazon Studios. Written by Val Kilmer, starring Val Kilmer, narrated by Jack Kilmer, cinematography Val Kilmer, Tom Stratton, Lila El Hayani, music Garth Stevenson, production A24, IAC Films, Boardwalk Pictures, and Cartel Films. So yes, A24 is in there.
Okay.
And running time 108 minutes, and yeah, there's no really budget or budget listed.
Well, there's some cool little trivia around here, Brad.
Yeah,
Um,
they got a lot of trivia in this.
yeah, during the filming of Streets of Blood in 2009, 50 Cent became good friends with Val Kilmer. The two actors bonded over their love of vintage cars, and 50 Cent stunned Kilmer by giving him the keys of a 1965 Chevy Impala, which the singer turned actor purchased for $100,000.
Now, I have is Streets of Blood the video game or is that the actual movie?
There's the movie, bro.
Yeah.
Hold on. Yeah, the movie with Gene with what's it called? Val Kilmer, 50 Cent, and Sharon Stone.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah, yeah. Val.
Also,
Wow.
Val Kilmer turned down Denzel Washington's role in Crimson Tide in 1995. Years later, he noted it was one of the few films that he wished he had agreed to be in.
Wow, you freaking turned down Crimson Tide with Tony Scott, a guy you had worked with before.
And Gene
You
Hackman.
Gene Hackman, Matt Craven, James Gandolfini, Viggo Mortensen.
Well, I mean, I guess spoiler warning. This is the man who turned down Batman.
You turned down a second Batman
He
film.
turned down the second Batman, and usually you never turn down Batman.
Yeah. He was
One
considered for.
kind of wishes he hadn't.
Wow. Val Kilmer was considered for the Keanu Reeves role in Point Break and The Matrix. He was originally going to star in Johnny Minovic, but left the project after he was cast in Batman Forever.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Um, Val Kilmer's son, Jack Kilmer, appears to have recorded some of the voiceover narration, subbing for his father, as Jack sounds like a youthful Val. What does
Yeah.
that mean? He recorded all of the.
Yeah, he recorded all of that.
What the hell, IMDb?
Yeah. Well, that's some cool stuff here, man. But Brad, what are your initial thoughts? Yeah.
Here's one, which was told in the film. Val Kilmer was accepted in Juilliard's drama department at the age of 21 in 1981, making him their youngest ever student at the time. His record had since been supplanted by Seth Numrich, who was admitted at 15 in 2002.
Fuck.
Yeah, which that was told in the film.
Well, Val Kilmer starred in this? Yeah. Turned down Crimson Tide, but was fine being Batman, huh?
Okay, Val Kilmer turned down the lead role in Captain America in 1990. Does anybody remember that film? I don't remember that. In favor of The Doors, 1991. That was actually a very good choice by him. Captain
I think that
America
was a
later
better
fought
choice.
Batman, whom Kilmer played in a 1996 DC versus Marvel comic book storyline.
I think that one worked out for him.
That one definitely worked. Like,
Nobody remembers the Captain America film.
but everybody remembers him in the Doors.
Yep. Oh, I loved when they got to that part in the movie, and what's it called with that song playing. I was like, oh yeah. But Brad, what are your initial thoughts on Val?
Um, Actually, if we could take a quick break, I got to go deal with something downstairs.
I can go ahead and
Yeah, put your thoughts, please.
yeah. All right. So I found Val to be a pretty good documentary. I was really enchanted by the presentation of Val's his life. I love that we kind of jumped in between, like we were kind of going linear in a way. I did like that. We kind of went linear with his life, but we also kind of started to concentrate and see how these parts of his life kind of mesh together. I love that we see how he falls in love with his wife, and then later on in the film we find out that he divorced his wife, and he shows just how much his love for like the films he's making, and the love that he has for making these movies also kind of caused a rift in his marriage. And there's things like that that were very essential to this documentary that I really liked. I thought that they did a really good job at catching that. I love the archival footage from those home movies that he made with his brothers, and I love that he got to talk about that in this. I think it was also very necessary that they included the the wow the footage of what he is like now, because you have to see what he is back then when he was in his prime, and now when he's dealing with his illness and all that. And unfortunately, Raul, like Dolph Ziggler, has been given his release from the Nerdcore podcast. No, I have not been given my release from the Nerdcore podcast. How can I be released if I am the owner of this thing? Tell me that, Stacy. Tell me that. So, yeah, how the hell am I supposed to be doing that, man? I don't know. But yeah, I really liked this movie. I think it was really good. I don't think it's like an amazing documentary. I wouldn't say that it hits like some other ones that I've watched, but I think that they did a really good job in this, and I think that they did a really good job at you know looking back at his life and looking at what he's been able to do throughout his career, even with all these limitations and all these parts of his life that are obviously becoming different because of the throat cancer. And yeah, I really like the way that they kind of structured this documentary. Damn. I wish Brad was here still. I really could use him. Um, but Jack, you have a lot of really interesting like archival footage here. Like, I love seeing the stuff from Batman Forever. Thought that was really cool. Uh, I love the stuff about the play, the Cinema Twain. I thought Cinema Twain was fantastic. I thought they did a great job with that. Um, I didn't know anything about that, but I thought that it was just really cool that they what's it called when they started explaining what it was. I thought it was just so freaking awesome. I thought that it was such a genius thing that he was doing. And I loved how they included actual footage of him doing that. What was it like a movie or was it like an actual play? Yeah, it's a movie. Okay, yeah, it's a movie that he did, and he directed it and wrote it too. Okay, yeah, it was really good. I really like the Cinema Twain stuff. Thank God, Brad. Thank God you're back. I never want to do
Definitely
that
a movie.
again. Yeah, Brad.
Definitely a movie.
I gave a lot of my thoughts, Brad. So what are your thoughts?
My thoughts, let me catch my breath because I had to go up the stairs again.
Okay, whew, those stairs. Um, but yeah. Brad, Luis, what's it called? Stacy says that I've been released from the Nerdcore podcast.
Call me Brad Benjamin.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry about that.
It's all good, Brett. What are your initial thoughts on Val?
Um, I enjoyed this documentary. I thought it was very what's
It's like, dude, I really had to run up those stairs for you, bro. You're gonna have to give me a minute.
but I thought it was very intimate what he did because he didn't have to do this.
Yeah.
He could have lived in obscurity. You know, I mean, I did like. I remember when this first was shown. I didn't know he had throat cancer.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I didn't know he had to talk with a breathing tube. But so you get a lot of intimate details that. I mean, everybody thinks of Val Kilmer. You think of Iceman. That's all you really know. You think of Iceman and Tombstone. That's
Yeah.
all you really know about him.
Batman, you know.
And Batman, yes. But to be fair, like this goes into great. This goes into his early childhood with his brother dying, and really
Yeah.
his brother being the main catalyst to, I think, why he wanted to be an actor because his
Yeah.
brother made movies. Um, and then just going into great detail about his father and how his parents' marriage dissolved, how his father basically wasn't the same man when his brother died. And at the same, he didn't have to do this. And what's great is he has this tons of footage. And really
Yeah.
no one I know really does that. They just have this tons of footage that they've taken over their lifetime. He even has footage of Marlon Brando. Like
Yeah.
in one of the worst movies ever made, but still, it gives you some background in that. I enjoyed how they edited this and how they told the story. Um, some parts I kind of wish they would have maybe told a bit more, but I mean, for what it is, it's just a very intimate look at a very giant actor.
Yeah. It made me appreciate Val Kilmer more for what he was, man. Like for what he is still, because he's still alive, by the way. I'm not why did I say it like that? But it made me appreciate him more. I still don't what's it called entirely like, what's it called? Batman Forever. I don't think it's
No.
that good of a movie.
Well,
But
that's the thing though, is he even explains in some of these movies,
yeah.
at least his early movies, he basically had to do studio movies because
And he said
he
like
signed a contract to him.
yeah. And he said what we've kind of been saying for a while now with a lot of these actors, it's like don't blame the actor, blame the writing and the
Yeah,
directing. He said it like I had all these things that I wanted to do with Batman, and like there was like I wanted to portray him like if he was in a soap opera, and just when he got there, he was like, no, like this is how you need to play him. Like we don't
and
care about this actual artistic integrity that you have. Like you
and
just need to play
he
him like this is.
was the Island of Dr. Moreau, the one he was with Brando. He even mentions how the director wouldn't listen to Brando, and so that's why like everybody shits on Brando for that movie.
Yeah,
But it gives you a little background like Brando didn't care because they didn't care what Brando thought.
yeah,
They were just rushing through that movie. So it gives you a little more detail in all these, and you're right, he does mention the writing, and he mentions that during Tombstone, which is one of
yeah,
his, you know, best acting performances, undeniably.
yeah, yeah.
Although I did love the Mark Twain. I would
Oh
have
my
loved
god,
to see the Mark Twain movie.
the cinema twain was fantastic, man.
It was pretty hilarious
Yeah, I love
when he asked the audience what's anybody have a question, or somebody asked
what's like
why
the
are we
most
here.
important question. Yeah,
Yeah,
like
what's the most important question? One of the audience members asked, "Why are we here?" And he said, "Because you paid $70."
he said $70. I was like, that's fucking funny.
That's
I
funny as
also
shit.
thought it was funny when at the end he kind of faked that he was getting what's it called he was getting like what's it called like he was fainting or something, or he was
Yeah,
getting like a heart attack. I was like, this fucking bastard. Like, of course, like
and
you.
his kid's like, "That's not funny."
That's
He's
not
like,
funny.
It's kind of funny."
It's kind of funny. It's like,
um,
dude, I really thought you were about to drop dead right on camera, bro.
but he also goes into what I think a lot of actors, at least those in sci-fi films and such from back in the day, how they feel, how they probably feel. Um, when they're going to do signings at like Comic Con and the
Oh
such,
yeah.
is when they start that out, they feel like almost, it almost seems like desperation, almost like a money grab. And then
Hmm.
he realizes, he looks around, all these people are here for him, and that makes him very grateful that
Yeah.
he's still on their mind.
Yeah. And like, in that part where he like tells like, "Hey, I want to take a break," and you can obviously tell that he's like not
He's
feeling
feeling it.
too well, and he
Yeah.
really could have just left, and then he ends up coming back. And he's like, "You know what? I got it. I'm gonna be okay. Like, let me just go and do this for them."
Although I do wonder sometimes, to the extent like, "Hey Val, can you sign it this way or this way?" And sign
Yeah.
it with Iceman. And it's just like, man, just have him sign his name and fucking
Dude, the guy's
Christ.
obviously struggling, bro. Just fucking leave him alone,
Yeah,
bro.
like although I guess you have to pay a certain amount because they had tickets and everything.
Oh yeah, you had to
But
pay a
at the same
fee too.
time, like, can you write like this whole 3 paragraph sentence and then put Iceman at the end of it? Like, come on, guys.
Yeah, it's like
I,
don't
I
make him
and
do
I
all
know half of
that.
y'all going up there and sell it on eBay. You
That's
assholes.
the part where I was like, that's the part that gets me. I was like, I know these fuckers are gonna go on eBay and sell this
Well,
shit right as
specifically the Comic Con one.
yeah,
Now, the one where he's in Texas for the Tombstone showing and the signing there, I really felt most of those people are keeping that Val Kilmer stuff. Like, they went
yeah,
there to fucking see Doc Holliday.
yeah. But I really like how much you learn about Val's life, man. I think that it's just I think it's beautiful. I like you said, bro. He doesn't really need to do this. Like he doesn't have to open himself up like this, but he did, and it's just it's good to see that because like
I
it's
I
hard
I,
to be this vulnerable, man.
I
Especially when
also,
the guy is fucking dealing with cancer.
I mean, and I also enjoyed how he included his family, mostly his son, in doing this as his voice,
Hmm.
because he does kind of sound like a young Val Kilmer. I
He
mean,
kind of does,
it's
right?
kind of uncanny. Like, because when they first started that and you didn't know that was the son, I thought it was Val Kilmer, like in the past on these videos talking. I'm like, how the fuck they do that? I'm like, did they do like AI or something? No, it's his kid.
Nope.
But he lets you go into like you said, very intimate parts of his
Yeah,
life, like his divorce.
he's
What
divorced.
a fucking like. Although I did love when like he's like, I saw this beautiful woman and I went to the pub and I couldn't talk to her. I'm like, you're fucking Val Kilmer and you couldn't talk to her. You're literally Val Kilmer.
Like, dude, you're fucking Val Kilmer,
You
bro.
could have walked over there, like.
Like, you know
But
how
no,
many
he went.
people
He
would have
waited
liked to
until
have
the
been in
movie
that
Willow.
position of that girl?
Yeah, but like, beautiful actress for sure.
Oh yeah,
But I can, yeah, I can see where such a strain, because his work schedule was crazy
yeah,
back in the day. I didn't realize how many movies he was in,
bro.
and
Fuck ton.
fuck ton. And that's the thing is back in the day they used to say it was like he was difficult. He got labeled difficult. He even shows that in there with everyone saying he's difficult. It's like if he was truly difficult, he would not have that many movie roles.
Dude, like the what's it called, the time, like that part where he records that talk with the director who's saying like he's ready to just like he's telling him like I'm gonna just get like leave this project, and he's like it's like dude, like can we wait, like I'm feeling a certain way because of the way you're treating me, and like
Yeah, like you saying you're just leaving, and you know, I mean, you're making me feel like shit. So
yeah,
that's not how. And that's the thing, though, is this that you can blame the studio for that, is because they changed the original director out,
yeah,
put in a new director who was basically there just to get them through filming and make whatever movie they were going to make,
yeah,
without listening to any comments or having any, basically not doing any managerial skills there to keep the actors, happy.
yeah.
And
So
that's why you ended up with a mess of a movie. And I swear to God, I've always read, and they always blame fucking Marlon Brando for that movie.
oh
And
yeah,
this fucking just proves it wasn't Marlon.
no, it
It was
wasn't at
not.
all.
It was not Brando. He was literally over there swinging on a swing, being happy as shit.
Also, I love the whole part where he's like, "Yeah, I started sending audition tapes to fucking directors because I wanted to
The
work with them."
Kubrick, I loved it. Like, I can do it in 4 different voices, and I'm like, it would have might have been kind. I love Kubrick's film the way it should be, the way
Yeah,
it is. Actually, it would have been fun to see Kilmer in there. But the fact he got the Doors
Yeah,
from an audition tape. Hell yeah.
yeah. And he plays such a great Jim Morrison.
He
Like
looks
he
exactly
even
like him.
looks like Jim
He look
Morrison.
like, and then he said, "Yeah, my wife is getting tired of like listening to the music over and over, and he's just
Mm-hmm.
watching videos of Jim Morrison, and so he can copy the move." And they do. The editing in that part is really good
Hmm.
because they show Jim Morrison and what he does, and then they show Val Kilmer acting like Jim Morrison, and it's close as shit.
He fucking close.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I really like about this movie is like the use of the archival footage. I think that they mesh it so well with the film.
and let's face it, there have been bad Val Kilmer movies,
Oh yeah,
but this this makes me tend to agree with him that if the writing wasn't good in the first place, he wasn't going to give a good performance.
yeah.
And you can see that in Batman, where you, this man had such, he wanted to be on a very good creative aspect in his life. He said no to the second Batman. Even fucking
Mm-hmm.
Bell didn't say no to second and third Batman.
Yeah, but he was just like you said, bro. He was like, this isn't what I wanted to do.
Well, and he was right. It was just Tommy. That was honestly like Batman was in the background, and Tommy Lee Jones and Jim Carrey kind of took over that movie. It's true.
Yeah,
It's not like
yeah,
Tim Burton and Michael Keaton, where Keaton is lead role Batman.
yeah. I feel like they just got him because they were like, okay, can you do this? Like, I feel like the guys like we need somebody for Batman. That's it. That's
Oh,
all it
and
was. It's like we need somebody to play Batman. It's like so we don't care who the fuck does it.
what did you think of his footage he got of Kevin Bacon and Sean Penn when they're like children?
Bro, I thought that was fucking
It
wild.
was because he was cast as lead, and then they're like, "Oh, Kevin Bacon's available," and then like, "Oh, Sean Penn's available," and he's just like, "Come on!"
Yep. Yep. I thought that was fucking hilarious.
But I did love how he included his brother's art, the one who passed away, within some of his movies in the background. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah. Stacy says, haven't seen the documentary, but with prolific actors like him out there, especially from the 80s and 90s, hopefully we'll see more like this to at least get a retrospective view of their career. I think we should too.
I
I
think
would
that's
love to.
I would love to see that, but I think that'd be very difficult because Val Kilmer literally had thousands of hours of self-made footage.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
difference. And also, Val Kilmer, I think, was in a place in his life, at least at this time, where he was very intimate and he was processing that, he could die.
Yeah.
And this was
I think
him.
that's why he made this.
Yeah. And I think that's
I
why he
think he
agreed
yeah.
because, like he said at the beginning, he had been trying to make this forever, like something like this to tell. I forget how he puts it, but like show actors and then show, their art and how they mesh. And
Yeah.
he'd been trying to do it for years, couldn't do it. And then the people who got into this, I think it's Leo Scott and Ting Poo, they came
Yeah.
together and were able to help him see his vision and make this movie. That's the difference, though, is Val Kilmer had a shit ton of self-made videos from when he was a child to till now.
Yeah.
And I don't know anyone else. Maybe Ozzy. Maybe Ozzy has that shit.
Oh my god, imagine a fucking Ozzy documentary like this? Hell no, bro.
You're not going to get it while Ozzy's still alive, though.
No.
Sharon's going to make it, and Ozzy won't be alive. That's how that's going to go.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Brad, what are you gonna go ahead and give what's your final verdict on Val?
I really enjoyed this movie. I don't see it as perfect, but it's a
No.
documentary too. So it's one of those things. It's kind of like, okay, would you watch this again? How often would you watch this? I think I give it like an 8.5 because I would watch this again, but and there's nothing really wrong with it because it's definitely his vision for the documentary. But maybe I've seen better documentaries, so maybe that's how I count that in my score. But I thought
Yeah.
it was very good, very well done, and it was great to see a very intimate portrayal of Val Kilmer's life.
Yeah. I really like this movie. I don't think it's perfect. I think that there was I don't know. Just the editing sometimes was fantastic, and there were sometimes where I was like, okay, like I think we should just start moving along a little
Yeah,
faster.
they stick on some stuff that maybe a
Yeah,
little too long, and then
yeah,
they don't cover some other stuff. Maybe that's a good way to put it.
yeah. But I think it's a really good documentary. I give it an 8 out of 10.
Yeah,
8 out of 10. Yep. And with that, that concludes our review of Val. If you want to go ahead and support us, make sure you look at it. Yeah, you look us up on our website, thenerdcore.com,
on the website.
Twitter at the nerdcore underscore, Instagram and threads at the nerdcore, patreon.com/the nerdcore. At $1, you get this episode live and early before anybody else gets to see it. Just like Stacy was in here, you can comment and you can talk to us like this, and you can actually interact with us. So
Yeah, just like that.
yeah, if not, it's all good. You're just gonna have to watch this episode on Thursday on Saturday. So, of course, our Discord link is in our description. So go ahead and check that out if you want to talk to us about Val. Talk to us in the comments as well. We would really like to hear from y'all. Have you seen Val? Did you like the documentary? What do you think about Val Kilmer? Honestly, man, this made me appreciate him more.
And this made me like I've never Val Kilmer is so Val Kilmer's always been considered like an A tier actor, but you never think of him as that because usually there's someone in there that's
Yeah,
above him. I
yeah,
mean, look at Tombstone. It's him and Kurt Russell. That's
yeah.
it's a bromance in that.
But it made me appreciate him more. That's for sure. And of course, go ahead and check us out. Not, oh, I'm so sorry, not check us out, but make sure that you're subscribed to the channel. Click the notification bell so you don't miss a single piece of content that drops on the channel. Leave a like on the video because it helps us out a lot as well. And over on the audio side of things, leave a 5-star review on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. That would help us out a lot too. And of course, we want to thank our Patreon supporters because they make this possible. Brad, where can they find our wonderful producer Shane?
You can follow our friend Shane at twitch.tv/xsrk or on Twitter at thriftedil or go buy something from the Suppy God at prisoncityvintage.com.
Damn straight. And as always, y'all, we will be back for live show as we do a review of Ahsoka. And then on Saturday, we're doing the first episode of the Continental with Luis on
Which
live
drops
show.
tomorrow, so I can't even watch it tonight.
Damn. Shit, man. It's all
It's a
good.
shame.
Yeah, it's a shame. It's okay. We'll get to it. We'll get to it. We'll be able to do it on Saturday. And if not, Sunday, it's all good too. So we'll make this happen. But we're gonna be doing the episode of the Continental, and yeah, for that, for now, this is goodbye. But we will see you guys then. Brad, let's go ahead and send them out.
All right, Raul, thank you for being host as always. Thank you to all our listeners out there, all our Patreon supporters. Stacy for joining us in chat today. We appreciate each and every one of you. And to end this episode, all I got to say is I'm your Huckleberry. Young Yoda out.